Yes, indeed, every family, everyone has a story to tell. And that story, particularly this month, has been dedicated to the men, yes, on Family Room. Family Room is a show dedicated to family, to children, and towards parenting. And I'm your host, Kemi Bambushi. Everyone has a story to tell. And on Family Room, we all are telling stories. We all are telling stories. So as we continue celebrating fathers and men this month, it's not just fathers and men, we are also celebrating our sons, the boys. So we are reminded that every life tells story. Yes, every life actually tells story. So we're going to be talking about the stories. We're going to be talking today about the values you pass on as a man. We're going to be also be talking about the legacy. What does it mean for you? What does legacy mean for you as a man? And of course, we still have our family game segment, which is always an interesting one. And in the men's corner, because for this month we have a dedicated segment, that is the men's corner, where the guest will write a letter to his younger self. So my guest in today is going to tell us about his younger self. He's going to write a letter to his younger self. So I have no other person than that man who is an accomplished engineering project manager and former banking executive. He's a Nigerian, yeah, I know, proudly Nigerian, and a great father of two lovely children. Also a husband and also, of course, a wonderful friend. He's a wonderful friend. He lives and he loves Manchester. So join me, everyone, to welcome no other person than Eldorado. Thank you. So a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
As a father, how do you feel? Some men always say that they only celebrate them once in a year. How do you feel as a father, as a man?
I feel wonderful. It's a wonderful time to celebrate the men. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful time to remember the contributions and the sacrifices of men and fathers in the family. Yes, I feel cheated because we don't get celebrated as much as the women do get celebrated. But all the same, I understand the fact that women do a lot more in the family than the men.
Thank you.
The men's contribution is quite large and the sacrifice is enormous for the men. So it's a good time to have in a year to celebrate men for what we do in the homes and the families.
Yes, thank you so much. So today, everyone, if you're listening to us on TikTok and on Instagram Live, we are discussing the men we remember, the legacy, the purpose, and of course the impact. And like I said, my guest is Eldorado. Thank you for that song by Mr. Easy. So I pray all men will just take it easy on themselves, that not born can change it. What does legacy really truly mean to you as a man?
For me, legacy has nothing to do with the money you have. It's got nothing to do with your bank account, how large it is or how small it is. As a matter of fact, those are irrelevant, even the assets that you amass for yourself or your children. As far as I'm concerned, legacy is the echo of your life that continues after you're gone. So that's how I would define legacy. It's the echo of your life that continues after you're gone. And when I talk about the echoes of your life that continues, I'm making reference to what things you left behind. What would you be remembered for? What values did you leave behind? Not just for your children, but for the entire community, your friends, your relatives, people that did not know you. How would people remember you? That's what legacy is all about. It's not about how much you have. How did your life touch others? Because oftentimes we live our life just concentrating only on ourselves, forgetting that we have to live a life such that it touches everyone positively. And when I mean touching everyone, it has to be positive, not negative. I know one of my friends used to say, he wants to be remembered whether positively or negatively.
can someone choose negatively for crying out loud? So when I like the fact that you said it's echo, it's values. So that means for every man there has to be a purpose, because if you don't live a purposeful life as a man, then definitely there's nothing you can pass on to the others. So, and that brings me to that question. So why is purpose important to every man? So if we know that we have to leave something behind, that means you must have been purposeful. Something must have driven you. So why is purpose then important in the life of every man?
Yeah, purpose is very important. Purpose is very important because purpose is the fuel, I would say, that turns a man's dream into realities. So you might have a dream of doing something, but if you don't have a purpose towards that, it will be almost impossible for you to achieve it. And apart from it being impossible, it's going to be difficult for you to achieve it because there is no purpose there. But when there is purpose, even when life becomes more difficult, even when life becomes hard, even when you face a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, when you know that you have a purpose that you want to achieve, this is what will keep you in line to achieve that purpose that you set out to do. So its purpose is very important. Without purpose, you just be chasing temporary pleasures. You drift along the way. Before you know it, you end up where you never expected to be.
You know, this actually strikes a chord in me, looking at so many men who migrated from the continent of Africa, from Asia with their families, and they moved to different parts of the world, in the Western world, US, Canada, you know, some moved to Europe, some moved to the United Kingdom and all that. So, you know, this actually, why it strikes a chord in me is that if there's no purpose, so a lot of people, no matter what they have been through, they will not still stay in it. They will drift apart. They will be one of those people that will go on social media and just say a lot of jargons and all that and so everyone has to have it. If you already have a purpose and say this is what I want to achieve, definitely nothing will stop you. Nothing will affect you in not achieving your goals in life and whatever you want to do. So
yes, definitely, because that purpose is very important, because as you go along in trying to realize your dreams, purpose will become so many things along the way. It will become an anchor that you hold on to. It will become an anchor that prevents you from sinking, from achieving your goals. It will become a direction when you face difficult challenges. Purpose will become your resilience when you are about to fail, because in life you have to also realize that there is nothing that you're going to plan to achieve without also making plans for failure, because it's not like you plan to fail, but if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you have to also know that before you can get it, purpose will also become your fulfillment when you become successful, because you could be successful without having that fulfillment of purpose. So purpose is very
so when you have purpose, now there's also something about being anything you want to do as a man, you have to be intentional. So I want to know, how can men begin living intentionally instead of simply existing? Because a lot of people just say, for instance, a lot of people that are here, it's just like, let me just go and do that work, let me go and do that shift, let me just go and do that thing that I need to do, but they are not living intentionally. Because someone that is living intentionally as a man now, let's say for instance, a lot of men that have migrated, or that even still in their, wherever they are, in any part of the world, wherever they are, if they live intentionally, that means, you know, purpose will always drive them. So, but some just live for the existence alone. Let me just go and do the job. Let me go. So, what is your own advice to men? How can men live intentionally?
Well, for men, I would say for you to live intentionally, you have to start with being self-aware. You must have that self-awareness of what do you want to do, not just existing, because you can never have fulfillment by just existing. It makes absolutely no sense. You wake up, you go to work, come back, and that's it. No, you must start with your self-awareness, and you must create time to reflect on the things you've done. Go through your day, If you're not able to do it every day, it's not a problem. But within a week, have a sit down, think about it. How did my day go? What did I achieve this week? What have I achieved? Did I just go to work and come back and that's it? No. You have to define who you are. Ask yourself, who am I? Where am I? Where am I headed to? Where am I headed towards? You know, these are the things that matters the most. You have to create that daily rhythm, and when you create that daily rhythm, it just propels your life faster than your peers, faster than you would have even anticipated you would go.
Thank you so much. You know, that also, you know, touches me, because, you know, you said two things: that men should, that self-awareness should be there. And when you saw, after that self-awareness, one major thing that you said is that reflection. So men out there, please, like Eldorado just said, reflection is key. If you're a man and you wake up Monday to Friday to Saturday to Sunday, week in, week out, have you ever had time to reflect? Like you just said now, reflection. You need to reflect. What have I achieved this week? What have I achieved as a man? What have I achieved as a father? What have I achieved as a son? No, you know, it actually goes, for me, even as a woman, I do reflection, you know, but you saying it again to me now, I want to say thank you. So for every man out there listening, like Eldorado said, that your values, your echo, what you leave behind, it's important. But then, as you live every day, it has to be intentional. That self-awareness is important, and at the same time, you need to always have that reflection moment. That don't stop at doing it daily. What have I achieved today? Don't stop at doing it weekly. But if you have not done any reflection in the last 1 month, you are not doing yourself good. Like Eldorado said during the first segment, that men that have made impacts not just to their immediate family, also to the community, to the entire to maybe the places where they live and the entire community. So Eldorado is still here. So I want to ask, what values should every man strive to pass on? What values should every man strive to pass on?
First on my priority list is always and always will remain integrity. Every man should endeavor to have integrity and pass the same on to their children, to their friends, to their families, to their colleagues, co-workers, wherever you are, in church, in the society, anywhere. Endeavor to pass on integrity. It's I would say the most important value anyone could actually have. I remember when my father was still alive, and he held a very big position in the government at the time. I'm talking about early 90s. And it was a position that everyone was gunning for. He did not even want it, but eventually got elected. He was the president of all principals in the entire state. This was still during the military regime, so it was a position where he had access to anywhere. He was speaking with the governor, he was speaking with different people, and he had an opportunity to host all principals in the entire Nigeria, in the state, and that was, according to some people, an opportunity to make a whole lot of money, embezzle money, do all sorts of things. But my father said no. In fact, he practically fought every person in his executive council to ensure that there was no misappropriation of funds, there was complete accountability, everything was just going on well. And I asked myself, this is the position that my father, that time I was still very small. Young. Yeah, and I was like, my father has not bought a new car, but I know, at least I was young enough to know that, okay, this is a position that he should have a lot of money and all, but the money wasn't there. And why was it not there? Because he had integrity. Was I happy as a child? No, I wasn't. Because I wanted my father to have a new car like every other person would be, you know. No, but that was a value. That was a legacy
He passed on to you.
Maintaining his integrity. He had a lot of opportunities. I think one of the things was for him to approach certain contracts, and then after he finishes the position, he's going to become a permanent secretary. He said he's not going to be. And until he retired, he was not a permanent secretary. And he never minded. He didn't mind it. He was very comfortable with what he had. And that is integrity. So I always say, pass on integrity to everywhere you are. At work, at home, everywhere. Another value I would say every man should endeavor to pass on would be responsibility. Make sure that you are responsible wherever you are. Be responsible in the family, be responsible at home.
When you said wherever you are, I already knew where you were going to. That it's not just the family alone.
Yes, even at work, be responsible. Don't be an irresponsible person. Be someone that when your name is mentioned, they're like, oh, if it's the one handling it, just be rest assured it's gonna be to the best quality or something. So be responsible at home. Another thing, because you have to make sure as a father, being Father's Week, you provide for your family. That's the main responsibility of a man. I know a lot of men do that, but some don't.
But what if the man is saying, I don't have the money? Where do you want me to get the money? I don't have the money.
Well, he has to find it.
So that's the word. Men, find the money. Look for the money. Don't say, I don't have the money.
Yes, and
he has to find it.
Yes, you have to. Another value I would say is courage. You have to be courageous. Don't be a pushover as a man. You have to be courageous. You have to face your fears. And guess what? Your children will see this from you. It's not all about what you tell them. It's about what you do. When something became difficult, how did daddy react? How did daddy handle the situation? These are the things you pass on to your children. And then you also have to be humble. Humility is important. These are very important values.
Humility. Thank you. But if a man is not wealthy, can that man leave a legacy?
Absolutely.
How?
Like I said from the the get-go.
Right, it's not about wealth.
It's not about wealth. It's not about money. Legacy is much more than that. You don't need to have money to leave a lasting legacy for your children. You don't need to have money to leave a lasting legacy where you work, where you live, your environment. You don't. It's your lifestyle.
That your values.
Yes.
I still have what you told me. It's echo.
Yes. It's your humility. And being humble does not mean you are stupid. It means you are mature enough to own up to your mistakes. Do you own up to your mistakes, or do you try to pass it as a blame to someone else? Do you accept when you are wrong? Do you apologize? As a father, you have to apologize to your children if you do something wrong. Because you don't just keep telling them, say sorry. No, they have to see you say sorry.
Man, you have to, you can hear it from another man. He's also a father. Say sorry to your children. There's no harm in saying sorry. Say sorry to your children. How about to the wives?
Yes, you do. You have to.
You have to say sorry.
Well, I think men actually say sorry to the wives more than wives say sorry to the men.
So they are. So I heard from one in my house too. He keeps saying I'm the one that says sorry. When you say sorry, when women say sorry, they will say like 5 sentences after the sorry.
Yes. And that's never a sorry.
Wow. So what role does mentorship play in building lasting impact, for you as a man?
I think mentorship is very important. And the reason why it is important is because mentorship is like a bridge. It's like a bridge that transfers that wisdom. This good values of living from generation to generation.
Yeah.
So it's not just about you. When you are a mentor, there is only a few persons that you can actually impact, but look at it as a rippling effect. When you impact 5 and you impact them positively and effectively, now this 5 go on to impact another 5. In hindsight, that's already 25 impacted positively.
But I see a lot of men don't really do mentorship from their homes. Let's even leave the house now, mentoring your children. But I see sometimes a lot of people don't do it. A lot of men.
Well, that's sad because eventually you really have to do this. It's very important because if you leave this world with all the good values that you had without transferring it to another, I would say you have failed. You have lived a failed life. But if you have successfully impacted and transferred this to others, that's when I would say you lived not just a fulfilling life, but a fulfilling and impactful life.
Okay, thank you so much. Remember to follow Radio Africana on Instagram, on TikTok, and Facebook, and follow Eduardo also on Instagram. So because he has a lot of things, he's a very good friend, so he has a lot of things. If you can ask him more questions after the show if you want to. We are now going into that segment, that interesting segment where our guests will answer questions, and that is the family game segment. We've got 4 questions. You can also play the games along with us. So I'm going to ask my guest to pick the question, and he's going to answer the question. Question number. Okay, he picked 4 now. So read the question and you answer it.
Question number 4 says, "What do you hope people will say about you in 20 years?"
I hope your friend will not come and start saying some things in the group after the show. What they will say about you in 20 years?
Anyway, I think what friends would say about me, including enemies, because you always have 1 or 2 along the way. I think they would say that I am a kind person and
True.
I am very helpful.
True.
I was taken aback last year when I celebrated my birthday, and I had a few persons speak during my birthday, and that gave me an insight to what people would say about me in 20 years. And what they said had nothing to do with patronizing. They were not patronizing me. They actually spoke facts. One spoke about how much I pushed her to get a driver's license when we got into the country. And I wasn't just pushing because I just wanted her to get, because for me, it was something I felt it's very important to have in a place like this. Because for you to be able to achieve your goals, you need to drive. You need to be in control of your time. I would say. Let me not just talk about driving. For you to be able to achieve your goals in this country, you need to be in control of your time.
It's 24/7.
Yes,
and it does not wait for anyone
at all. It doesn't. And the only thing that can keep you in control of your time is if you are able to drive. And if you are able to drive, you'll be able to work as much as you need to meet up with what you need. And then another one who wasn't on my birthday, I don't want to say everything that people that were there wants to say about. There was one, when I posted the video, he now commented and said, "Oh, El Dorado, I will never forget the first day I met you." This is someone I never knew before. I met him in the bus. At the time I was still jumping buses. And then he was new to the country. I saw him in the bus. He was looking sad. And I'm the kind of person that I'm always happy when I see a familiar face. And by familiar face, a Nigerian. I'm like, I now changed my seat. I went to him and like, "You look so sad. What's the issue?" I was not close to my bus stop yet. So he now told me he lost his bag at the airport and he just arrived 2 days ago.
Wow.
He's been calling the airport. He's not able to get his bag. He doesn't have transport. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. And I told him, let's take it one thing at a time. Right now, the immediate need is you being able to move around. So let's get to a bus pass. I told him where I'm supposed to have stopped. I didn't stop anymore. I followed him to the stop where he was supposed to, because I was familiar with the area. Where he was a student of our school, so I followed him to his stop. When he now stopped, I came down with him, took him across to, I think it was a spa shop at the time, that's very close to school. I took him in there and I bought him a bus pass for a month. And he said, but I don't even have any money. How do I pay you back? I said, don't worry about it. I know what it means to be in need. This was someone I just met for the first time. And this is what he said back to me when I posted the videos of my birthday. And it brought tears to my eyes that, okay. So I was able to have such a positive impact on someone I met for the first time. But this goes to show how I can impact people without knowing you from anywhere.
Yes.
And because at the end of the day, for me, money is nothing. Money comes and it goes.
Yeah.
You spend it positively, fine. You spend it negatively, fine. But at the end of the day, money would leave you. But what and how you use that money, the money I use in buying him bus pass, I could have used it to buy something and I would have forgotten about it. But the impact I had on his life at that moment is not something he's ever going to forget. And guess what? He will go on and be kind to someone else. And that's how it spreads. So that's what people will say about me in 20 years.
Impact. Being kind. And I know you are kind already. So can we take the next question?
Okay. So the next question is question number 3. It says, what lesson would you pass on to the next generation?
I know your dad passed on integrity.
Yes, and I would pass on the same thing, integrity and responsibility. That's very important to me. I feel wherever you are, you have to have that integrity. I'm one person that I don't take things too seriously, and that is not because I am not committed. It's because when you take things too seriously, you put so much pressure on yourself, and then eventually you can crack. We are humans.
So men, so that's an advice for men. Don't put so much on yourself so that you won't crack. Men, if you are listening to us, watching us on Instagram and TikTok, please don't put so much into yourself so that you will not crack. Next question.
And that is why the song from Mr. Easy is one of my favorite songs. He said, life is easy.
Life is easy.
And truly, life is easy.
No man can change your destiny.
Yes, we overcomplicate things. Take it easy. Take it one step at a time. Don't try to solve everything at the same time. You will never be able to. Take one thing at a time.
That's why some people will just drop. Some men will drop, have high blood pressure, and they will drop and die.
Exactly.
Some, even if they don't die, something will happen to them. They have strokes and all that. Next question, please.
Okay. So I'll go to question number 1. It says, what value do you want your family to remember you for? Oh, well, my family will remember me for one value, which apart from the integrity, it would be that I have that love that never quits. Yes.
When you said that love that never quits, I'm sure that maybe when you wanted to talk to your wife to marry you too, you didn't quit. That must have been the first one.
Oh, I'm persistent.
Persistence. All right, next question.
Okay, I have another question. It says, who influenced your life positively? I would say there are a few people that influence my life positively, and it's not because I am too close to them, apart from my dad, who influenced my life positively. One of them would be Reverend Dr. Abel Damina. And unfortunately, I'm not a member of his church, but I used to attend. because he used to give live lessons in his teachings. But one person I would say stands out because of one thing he said would be Pastor Oyakilome. He said something one day, it's been a very long time, but it's something I would never forget. He said, stop asking God to bless you, because that's a wrong prayer. Rather, ask God to make you a blessing unto another person.
Yeah, a blessing.
And that's stuck in me. Make me a blessing to another.
Make me a blessing. All right, we've got some comments also on Instagram, and also on Instagram and say Akang son to win. Thank you. It says a mentor must be willing to sacrifice this, and this includes your life, your time, and of course your pleasure. And he also said people will say many things, some positive, some negative, but the best will be done. I've done my best. People will necessarily not praise you no matter what your efforts. Also it says that for the second question that you read, it says that integrity for him. Thank you for playing this game with us. I can't send to win. He said integrity, faithfulness, and humility. What was that second question? Again, the second question was
who influence
your life positively. So that means what value do you want your family to remember you for? Yeah. That's question number one. So he said integrity, faithfulness, humility, and commitment. So integrity, faithfulness is almost everything that you've said, that you've mentioned today. Thank you so much, Akagosun to win, for the messages. I also I want to ask you, let's go into the men's corner now because of our time. It's fast spent. It's as if we have not even said anything, and I know you have a lot of things to say. If you could speak to your younger self, what advice would you give? If you could speak to your younger self, I mean, that means it's taking you back to when you were growing up as a boy, as a young man. So tell it to the other young men too growing up.
One major advice I would give to my younger self would be to slow down.
You never slow down. No. Are you sure you're still slowing down?
I'm trying.
You're trying to.
Slow down and ignore the noise. Set your goals. Get a purpose and follow that path. Ignore whatever noise you get along the way, because those are distractions, distracting you from your purpose, distracting you from your goals. And set achievable goals. Don't just set goals that you cannot achieve. You would know what you would be able to achieve. I'm not saying set simple goals, but set good goals, quality goals. Even if they are difficult goals, set them and then break them down with achievable steps. I do this, I achieve this, I get to this, and then I get to the next, and then I get to the next. But make sure that you break them down in pieces so that you will be able to attain them. And it's only when you attain them that you get that fulfillment.
Okay, so what life lessons took you the longest to learn?
Success without fulfillment is empty. That's one life lesson I would say took me the longest to learn. If you don't have fulfillment, success means nothing to you.
You're fulfilled, you have everything, but you're not fulfilled.
Yes, and you should prioritize your peace. It's very important.
So men, prioritize your peace. Men, prioritize your peace. Life is easy.
Yes.
So what do you wish more men understood about success and fulfillment?
What I wish that men understood more about success and fulfillment is take things easy. That's just what I would say. Don't overburden yourself with a whole lot. Take things easy and you'll get there. And don't do it such that you are looking at, my friend has done this, I've not been able to do it. life is not a competition. Take it, everyone has their pace. I mean, a snail that's moving towards somewhere, a horse might get there early, but it doesn't mean that the snail wouldn't get there. It will, and successfully.
Yeah.
The horse might even fall off, but the snail will still keep going, and it will get there. So
Yeah. So don't take it. Just take life easy to all men. Don't say all the men that we arrived in the UK together, in the US together. Now they've got mortgage, they bought their own houses, they have their own. Take life easy. Don't crack up, because when you keep going at that, you will crack up.
Yeah.
So what message would you leave for fathers and young men listening tonight?
For fathers tonight, happy Father's Day to you in advance.
Thank you. I'm saying thank you.
I would say your greatest legacy should not be your career. Your greatest legacy should be the sons and daughters that you have helped raise the right way. That should be your greatest legacy. Build them up. Be the main reason that they desire and aspire to be successful tomorrow, and aspire to even live as you have lived. That would be the advice I will give to fathers today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on this program today. I wish we still have more time. It's as if we've just even spent like 10 minutes and there's still a lot more to be talked about. But what I'm taking away from everything that you've said, that all men out there, please weekly do a reflection, or monthly if you can do a weekly reflection. Also, that self-awareness, it's very important for you. What's legacy? What is the values? What is that echo that you're going to leave behind for your children? What are you passing on? Like Edorado said, pass on integrity. Even the people that commented said, pass on, pass on commitment, pass on love, pass on responsibility. Be responsible as a man. You can't say, Eduardo said, you're saying you don't have money, you don't have work, you don't have work. Find it, find the money. He said find the money, so find the job. When you find the job, you find the money. He said provision, courageous, humility. Those are the things that men, so if you're listening to us today, that you need to pass on. As we conclude tonight's episode, we are reminded that legacy is not simply what we leave for people. It is what we leave in people. What we leave in them, the values, the lessons, the encouragement, the love, the impact. And these are the things that live on long after we are gone. Like Adorado said, the dad left a long time ago, but then he left a legacy of integrity. So it's Father's Month, and as we celebrate all fathers, all the men this month, may we not only pursue success, may we pursue significance, may we build lives that inspire others, and may we leave footprints worth following. And so for me, remember to follow me on Instagram and also on TikTok as FK Mighty, Instagram and Facebook as Fekemi Bangwishi. Follow Radio Africana on all social media platforms, and remember to follow my guest Eldorado on Instagram. Thank you. It's been wonderful having you here today. Thanks to my producer. Thanks to my amazing media manager. Thanks to everyone that have joined us again on Instagram, on TikTok, and for me and everyone in the studio, I'll see you again next Saturday. Bye for now.